And so I know you're the Snap Bull, and so the people who don't know, you like went all in on Snap, and we have a couple old podcasts when everyone hated Snap, and I was kind of like, it's interesting. I like spectacles, and I found this one guy on Twitter, Turner, who loves it and has like these Twitter threads of just insane research about how they have much young people on his Instagram, and and you totally nailed that, and not even like analyzed it. Like you were talking about how you put your some of your IRA into it. I remember on Hyperchange. So like very impressed with that. So you're a huge Snap bull and like really understand the company. So I'm curious of, Snap's been crushing it. They user growth has been really good. Their revenue's been good. They're turning around their financials. But like you're saying, all of a sudden TikTok is looking like a better Discover. And to me, I see like in just anecdotally, I feel like TikTok, they definitely blew up. They're almost as big as Snap overnight. So they're kind of like gaining traction faster. So how do you from if you're Evan Spiegel right now, what do you think of TikTok and how are you positioning?
I think it's awesome for Snap because I really don't think they're a competitor in terms of ad dollars, but I don't think they're necessarily as big of a competitor on capturing time spent and like intention from consumers and kids and teens and sort of people under the age of a certain cutoff. It is for Instagram. Like you really think about, why do you open Snapchat? Most people who open Snapchat don't do it because they're bored and they want to go to Discover. They do it because they got a message, or they want to keep their streaks going, or they maybe got a notification from a show on Snapchat Discover that they subscribe to, and that's why they opened it. With Instagram and TikTok, usually, with Instagram, with Facebook, typically you open it because you're bored, right? And like Instagram's like your go-to. But if the content on Instagram is, and I didn't really get into this at all, but in my description earlier, but if you're using Instagram, you probably have a lot of people that are your friends on there, and you're bored, you're looking for something entertaining. Like, I'm sorry to my friends, but the stuff on TikTok is probably more interesting than like and entertaining than just most of my friends' content. And like,
That's like the internet versus your friends. It's like, dude.
yeah, and TikTok has zero social graph at all. Like it will figure out that you love dogs who walk on one leg and balance things like on their nose. Like TikTok will somehow know that and just give you those videos. And like you'll get in this rabbit hole of like talking frog TikTok, where you just see TikToks of like
Oh
people
my
like
God.
talking and pretending to be like voicing over frogs. Like the most random niche things you can think of. And like as a consumer, you're like, oh, this is awesome, this is so cool. But like Instagram will never figure that out or get you into that, because it's all about, when you go into the short form video experience, it's stories, it's people that you follow. So maybe you follow Barstool Sports, you follow Hyperchange, you're seeing that content. It's great for you as a creator because it's your audience. You have 50,000 subscribers or followers who are always seeing your stuff. But then on TikTok, it's like, if you're a creator, I think the example works best starting with Snapchat. So if you're Kim Kardashian, you're on Snap, you have, 500,000, a million friends, you post something to your story, a million people see it. That's cool. It's a vertical video on their phone. But if you're Kim K, who also has 100 million people on on Instagram, why are you wasting your time on Snapchat? There's no point in posting there. Post as Instagram stories. You have 100 times more reach. But then you also say, what are you doing on Instagram, Kim K? Go on TikTok, where there's no social graph and you can hit all billion users of the app. So that's
Wow.
kind of there's this really interesting value prop
So the
for
social
creators.
graph is almost it used to be an advantage, but it's
But it
almost a
hurts them
friction
now.
now because it
Yep,
boxes you into content.
exactly.
And wow, that is insane
And
because that so for so long was the edge, was that it kind of knows what you like, and now it's like actually this random thing floating on the internet is what everybody's gonna like better
yep.
than the virality is almost, it's almost like more pervasive than any language is like memes.
Yeah. And like if you're a creator, like let's say you go on TikTok, let's say you have, I don't know how many subscribers you have right now on YouTube.
116,000, I think.
So if you go on TikTok and start making the same type of content, so how long did it take you to get 116,000 subscribers? Like 5 years, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, like 4 years, like 3 years full time, like a grind,
grinding, just like, yeah.
a grind.
Whereas, and your videos might get 5,000 views, 40,000, 100,000. You go on TikTok, you put something good out there, it'll get a million views,
Dude.
50,000 people that follow you. There's no limitations. So they like rip out all advantages of having a social graph, and it's like a content discovery graph, like a content network. So, I mean, kind of digging into that, if you're like a consumer and you're like, I'm bored, what do you open first? Do you open Snapchat? Probably not when you're bored. You're probably doing it more for your friends. Instagram, maybe. But if you've discovered TikTok, you're like, I kind of want to be on TikTok more. Like, and
Oh yeah.
that's sort of the effect of, if you look at session lengths, I think Snapchat has the shortest average session length. And that's because you get a message, you either respond or don't do anything with it, and you just leave. Sometimes it does work to get people into the other parts of the app, but you look at a session length on an app like Instagram, it's about, I think it's about double Snapchat. And then you look at TikTok, it's like double Instagram. And that's because people just watch it and they don't really churn. They just get sucked in. You just keep seeing the stuff that's good that you want to see.